Okay, welcome to AgostoAllElite Podcast on this Saturday afternoon. Let's go to the matchups. We have the the interim world champion Moxley versus Roche, Ricky Starks versus Hansen, Ricky Starks versus Hook, Dante Martin versus Sammy Guevara, Tony Nese and Mark Sterling versus Swerve Strickland, the AEW Women's World Championship, Thunder Rosa versus Miyu Yamashita, and the main event, Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia. So let's get to the matchup. Let's start. We got Don Moxley versus Rush for the AEW Interim Champion. Well, the match began with Rush rushing Moxley before the bell rang, instantly taking the fight to the outside. Moxley replied with a top suicide to Rush on the outside, but El Toro Blanco was out for blood, using anything to expose him to keep the champ grounded. The match would continue back and forth, but the help on Andrade also gave Rush the championship. However, Rush would experience the same fate as all Moxley's previous challenger, as we put out by the Bulldog choke. Then we saw post-match. We saw Jericho erupting celebrations. Moxley would lay out the challenge to Lionheart Jericho for the Dynamite in Indianapolis, where Jericho gets to decide the AEW Interim World Championship. So, what do you think of the match?
I actually really enjoyed this match. Rush is actually very good in the ring, and I've seen him on Ring of Honor, but I've only seen a couple matches of him. And man, this match is great. He put on a really good match with Jon Moxley, and I'm actually looking forward to Moxley and Jericho, believe it or not.
Yeah, I have another question. Between the Lionheart Jericho versus Moxley match, who will come out as champion? A prediction.
Ooh, I'm gonna pick Moxley. I feel like he's gonna hold on to that belt until Punk comes back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next, we have Ricky Starks versus Don Hansen for FTW Championship. Well, see, Don Hansen with Mox Starks to start will get a third big boot for FTW Champion. Stark will follow up with the Spear to retain the championship. Then there was an open challenge with Hook versus Ricky Starks for the FTW Championship. Starks will follow suit from last week, issuing another challenge as he had more in the tank. This was from former Team Taz student Hook would answer Starks' challenge. Starks had to get the offensive, but Hook would scout everything, make Stark submit by the Red Rum, take on the new FTW Championship. Then during the post-match, we saw Starks addressing the AEW fans about his babyface having opportunities after opportunities, and then he gets wiped out by teammate Powerhouse Hobbs, who will follow up with a mindbuster planning already damaged Starks on the mat. So what do you think of the two matches and the segment, post-match segment? What do you think of them?
I think they did this perfectly. Ricky Starks squashing Danhausen, then saying he has more fight left in him, so Hook comes out. I think they did it perfectly. And giving Hook the FTW title was also the right choice, too, because you got to think about it. Hook, even though he's undefeated, I don't think if he challenged for Wardlow or even Jon Moxley or even CM Punk, it wouldn't work that well. So I'm happy that they gave him FTW title because he's really, really young. I'm not even gonna say his age, but yeah, he's really, really young. So I mean, I'm glad they gave him an undercard belt to start, and then maybe he can grow up from there.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Another question. After what do you think of the Will Hobbs versus Ricky Starks at All Out?
Oh, that match would be... First off, Powerhouse Hobbs murdered Ricky Starks with that blow. That's first off. Second off, if they do that match All Out, I see Starks winning, but I still see Hobbs getting a giant push.
Yeah. That's good. All right, now we go to Sammy Guevara versus Dante Martin. Both men showcased their high-flying athleticism from the get-go with breathtaking bout. One spot in the match saw Dante drop Guevara by a diving attack off the stage. Martin will continue to take each other out to the limit, but Guevara picked up the victory by avoiding a springboard with a springboard cut of his own before hitting the GTH to pick up the victory. So, what do you think of this match?
This was a really good high-flying match. If you were going to go from the FTW title match, you need something in the middle of the card. This is a perfect mid-card, high-flying spot fest match you can put on the card. I really enjoyed it. And Yeah, both men showcased a lot. I see a lot of potential in both Guevara and Dante.
Yeah. Yeah. Going forward, what do you see with Guevara and Dante Martin in the future?
I could see Dante Martin being TNT champion. He'll never get world title, of course. And then maybe when Darius comes back, they can do top flight as tag champs, maybe. But
Yeah.
Sammy Guevara, though, give it 5 to 6 years, he'll be world champion.
Yeah. All right, let's go. We got the Jungle Boy promo. Jungle Boy with Luchasaurus by his side to the ring to address Tristan Cage with the former AEW World Tag Team Champion, making things more personal by using pent-up rage from Cage's comments about Jungle Boy's life, replying with his own to evade Christian's personal life. So what do you think of this promo?
Man, Jungle Boy, he showed, because, like, I can't speak. Before the promo, I was saying, Jungle Boy really doesn't. The one thing he needs on his character right now is a lot of charisma, right? Then last night on Dynamite, when he cut that promo, man, that was a good promo. I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. Is Luchasaurus going to turn on Jungle Boy? Are we gonna have Luchasaurus versus Christian? Or are we gonna have Jungle Boy versus Christian? It's all a big storyline, and I love it. So I love this promo. Christian backstage, that was really good too. And this is one of my favorite AEW storylines.
Yeah. Uh-huh. All right, going forward, if they had the match at All Out, who will go out? Who will win the match? Jungle Boy or Christian?
Probably Jungle Boy. I think Christian going to be the veteran that he is, putting over the young talent. So
Yeah.
that's my prediction.
Uh-huh. All right, let's go to Strickland versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling. Sterling's distractions gave Nese the upper hand in the opening minutes of the bout as apparent athlete dropped Swerve on the apron. As the match progressed, Swerve would change the pace in the match in his favor and dropped Nese with a double foot stop to the outside. Swerve would hit Sterling with a sickening kick to the side of the head to pick up the victory. We have the posters. We see the camera cut in the back of panning to Josh Woods standing above a fallen Keith Lee. This distracted allowed Nese to attack Strickland from behind, hinting at a new tag team formation. What do you think of the match and the post-match segment?
I mean, this was a good match for what it was. It's really just a handicap match to get people over. It was fine. It's what it needs to be. But the post segment though, man, I was really hoping they'd sign Josh Woods. Because Josh Woods, if you look at the Ring of Honor roster, if Gresham's not going to be there anymore, Josh Woods might be the best wrestler on that roster.
Yeah.
So him potentially signing Josh Woods to AEW, that's a really good signing.
Yeah. All right, going forward, I have another question. What do you see going forward with Tony East and Josh Woods and?
Ooh. Honestly, I see a tag title match: Swerve Nagori versus Tony Nese and Josh Woods. I don't see it happening on All Out, but I see it happening on TV. So that's where I see this going.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got the Thunder Rosa versus Miyu Yamashi for the AEW Women's World Championship. After losing to Yamashi in Japan, the AEW World Champion Thunder Rosa was out for a redemption time match. The match began with both women landing strikes on the outside of the ring before taking the fight to the ring, where both competitors were backing down. Yamanashi would drop Rosa with a huge German suplex, but the resilience of the AEW Women's World Champion was too much for the challenger. Rosa retained by a Fire Thunder Driver. So what do you think of the match?
Man, this was kind of sloppy. Like at times it was kind of sloppy, but overall it was an okay match. I wonder who's gonna beat Thunder Rosa for the title. The only person I see beating her is Toni Storm. But other than Toni Storm, I don't see anybody else beating her for the title. So, I wonder where this goes from here.
Yeah. So I have one more question. Did this title match help Yamashi get over with the people in the United States?
I say yes, because she put on a great fight. Sure, it might have been sloppy at moments, but it was damn good.
Yeah. Now we got the main event: Daniel Garcia versus Bryan Danielson. Danielson made his return in ring competition since his loss to Jericho Priest Society at Double or Nothing Anarchy in the arena. On the other hand, Garcia was looking to pick up the biggest win in his career and make up for the loss he suffered to Will Utah and ROH Death Before Dishonor. Garcia and Danielson will resort to violence from get-go, with both men prove who's the best technical wrestler sports entertainer is. Garcia Irish whip Danielson to the barricade, but be met with a sickening running drop kick by Danielson the metal railing. The match will go in favor of Garcia after he busted Danielson open after DDT on the exposed concrete. A bloody Danielson would continue to take the fight to Garcia and get closer to secure a victory, but a distraction from Hager on the outside, allowing Garcia to capitalize, hit the American driver with the pile driver. Garcia would follow up with the sharpshooter to surprise everyone in attendance. Garcia picked up the victory after Danielson passed out. Post-match, we saw JS celebrate the victory. What do you think of the main event?
Man, this is the kind of wrestling I like. Hard-hitting, back and forth, technical. I really loved it. And I will say this, I see a very bright future in Daniel Garcia. At the same time, though, I don't understand why they had Danielson lose in his first match back. I don't know why they did that, but it's still a really good win for Garcia. Just that, it's Danielson's first match back, so if you were going to have Garcia beat Danielson, do it in a month advance, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have another question. And, what do you see Daniel Garcia going forward? Would the story will continue, the storyline will continue going forward?
Honestly, I see Jon Moxley versus Daniel Garcia all out for the AEW title. Because there's stuff going around, CM Punk won't be back until Full Gear. So if he can't make it for All Out, Moxley and Garcia. Build Garcia up very strong. And then do that match.
Yeah, that'll be good. All right, let's get to the news. Wait, you got any news?
Yeah, I have a little bit of news. Triple H, officially head of creative in WWE. It was a couple days ago that this got announced. That Triple H will be taking over Bruce Pritchard's role as head of creative. So, what is your thoughts on this, Richie?
My thoughts, it is a good thing. It's good that WWE, it's good that Triple H is taking over head of creative. But I'm not sure because of his record previously with NXT, where he ran NXT and AEW basically beat it every night. That's my concern. Because what if he managed to fuck it up with the main roster? That's what I'm worried about.
Wow, I didn't think about that. That's a really good shout. That's true. I know a little bit more stories. Sticking to WWE for 1 second. SummerSlam. It has been announced that Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle is off the card now, due to Matt Riddle, quote unquote, getting injured on Monday Night Raw. So my question to you, Richie, is: do you see Seth having a replacement, or do you see the match getting scrapped completely and Seth is not in the show?
I see Seth Rollins is at SummerSlam, but it's gonna be like an open challenge. Hunter will send someone to face Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Another thing, AEW. Apparently, there's stuff going around that AEW wants to sign more and more Ring of Honor contracted people. Apparently, he wanted to sign Jonathan Gresham, and that's how this whole stuff started. So, I have a question for you, Richie. What other talent do you see potentially signing with AEW from Ring of Honor?
Let's see. I don't know. Besides from Josh Woods, I don't think I can think of anyone else because.
I mean, the Briscoes can't because of reasons.
Yeah.
And I honestly, Rouge is already signed, right?
Yeah, he's already signed.
Okay, yeah. I thought he was just doing pay per appearance, but okay. The only other person I see signing is Dragon Lee to team up with Andrade and Rouge.
That'd be good.
But yeah.
But I also doubt Tavian or Maria Kanellis' husband was signed with AEW because, in my opinion, they both belong in Impact Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fully agreed.
Yeah.
All right, Richie. What news do you got for us?
Well, apparently Freddie Prinze Jr. believes that Petty Betty Triple H was taken to a former star. Triple H leading the way in WWE creative. Freddie Prinze Jr. believes the game Henry has surreal with a former WWE star. Prince worked with WWE from 2008, 2009 as a writer. It was his Triple H saw air at the air with a current AEW World Champion CM Punk. On the latest episode of Wrestling of Freddie podcast, Jr. covered Vince McMahon's ex with WWE, a regime of Triple H, Steph, and Nick Gunn grabbing the full hold of the company's strayer wheeling. He created a straight society, no drugs, no alcohol, telling no women. If you're a super straight edge, Hunters looked them dead in the face and just gasses to the gills, drinks wine with Vince on the plane. And just no sells Punk old promo goes, I don't see what the big deal is. I don't do drugs, I don't drink. I just look them dead in the face like, go ahead, try to call me a liar. I'll fire you so quick. And Punk couldn't do anything. Punk was originally on SmackDown during his run as Strange cult leader, but found new life freedom when he eventually went over to Raw brand. So why when Punk had the promo rely on Raw instead of take SmackDown where Hunter had no control, like Hunter would blow live promos on SmackDown, the live house audience would go, don't worry, we'll edit. We'll just keep going because it has no gangster of it. But on Raw, Punk got a chance to kind of do his own thing and let his feelings know. Punk did some shots at Triple H and his memorable pipe bomb as he disparaged his former head of talent relations, John Lawrence, calling Hunter Vince's doofus son-in-law, with Triple H now competing control on product. Prince Jr. feels that Triple H will make most of any perk added to the new role. This could be a huge chance for Hunter to stick it to him. Prince said to die, I promise Triple H is Petty Betty. Triple H's first day on the job was the go-home episode of Raw before SummerSlam. The opponent saw a noticeable boost in the ratings. What do you think of the news?
Man, first off, some of this that you said is really funny. That's first off. Second off, I'm going to say this right now. I feel like CM Punk leaving in 2014, yes, it was CM Punk saying that he was done with WWE, but I honestly feel like backstage, Vince McMahon and CM Punk had like a sit-down talk, and then they decided that Vince would release him. I don't think Punk fully walked out, you know what I mean? But back to the story, though. Man, first off, Triple H, that's funny. Second off, yeah, I don't get, like, for example, right? Triple H, CM Punk, they always had their, like, little chemistry, you know what I mean, in WWE, but wasn't there stuff that came out about a year ago about them hating each other in WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was, wasn't there? Yeah, okay. I was just trying to make sure, because I heard some rumors about it about a year ago, so I wanted to make sure. But overall, though, man, I just hope that CM Punk, first off, he's going to retire from wrestling here soon, right? Second off, I feel like CM Punk doesn't get along with a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't get along with Vince. He didn't get along with Johnny Ace. He didn't get along with Triple H. He's not getting along with Cole Cabana. He's not even getting along with people in AEW. So, I mean, I just hope it changes soon. But Richie, this is a very funny story.
Okay.
I mean, this story, man, I'm going to say this one thing about the story. With CM Punk, I feel like he was just laid back then. And what I mean by that, is that CM Punk just really didn't care back then. You know what I mean? So those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts on this that I don't care about this. This is just in the past. This is the current future. But still, after Triple H being head of creative going forward, I hope he sticks to what is done better on NXT 2.0. Not try that NXT indie crap, because the last time I tried that indie crap NXT, AEW basically crushed them in the ratings.
Yeah. I agree. So I have a question for you, Richie.
Yeah.
Going forward, do you think WWE will be more competition to AEW, or do you think it's going to stay the same?
There's a possible chance that it will give AEW some competition, but it'll mostly, in the end of things, stay the same, because we all know Nick Khan. Maybe he has his own opinions on creative. He might use his power to make things difficult for Hunter or make it difficult for Steph as well. So we all know with Nick Khan. Nick Khan's like a wild card.
Yeah, Nick Khan, People were saying Nick Khan is the reason Vince McMahon retired.
Yeah, that's true. But he's still a potential wild card. We don't know what. We don't know if he's gonna have a screw with Triple H or Stephanie. That's the worry part.
Yeah, true. And I wanted to ask you another question overall. Like, would you have put Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan as co-CEOs? Or what would you have done for the CEO spot?
For the CEO spot, I would put let's see. First of all, before I do any CEO crap, I would demand that someone fires Kevin Dunn. He needs to go. And after the CEO thing, I would have him run this. Be Stephanie be CEO 100%, and keep an eye on Nick Khan.
Yeah, honestly, I think they should have done Stephanie and Triple H as co-CEOs. Instead of doing Stephanie and Nick Khan, which I don't really understand about. But Nick Khan, you're right when you said, Richie, because anything can happen with Nick Khan. He drove Vince McMahon out of his own company. What can he do next?
Honestly, he might target Stephanie or Triple H as well. He could target these two next. And that's the scary part, because remember, he axed so many stars due to budget cuts in the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Nick Khan has the power to do what he wants.
Yeah. That is very, very true. All right, did you have any other news?
There's one more for now. Okay, we got the NXT Women's Tag Champ news. All right, the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship are currently vacated in WWE, but there's been talk within the company about making Ivy and Tatum Paxley the champs. According to Meltzer on the latest Wrestling Observer news, it's unknown where WWE will follow through with that. It's been only discussed as a possibility, but the tag team will get a shot at the goal next week on WWE NXT 2.0. WWE Hall of Famer Andrea Blaze made an appearance on the show. Meek, to address the titles, was linking back to where she dropped the WWE Women's Champion trash on WCW Nitro. This is what Cora Jade has done to the NXT Women's Tag Titles. The Blaze Fairy fixed the situation by announcing a fatal 4-way match to crown new champs. This week, Toxic Attraction versus Kaden Carter and Tana Chance versus Tina Perez and Yulcia Leon versus Nyla Ivy Neal and Tatum Paxley. Jade and her former partner Roxanne Perez are a non-involved match despite the fact they're former champions. The duo has won titles from the Toxic Attraction. After Jade turned heel on her former head, she threw the titles away, making clear she wanted nothing to do with them or Perez. Paxley signed for the company back in August 2021, going on to make her debut in February of this year, where she had been teamed with Nyla over since. Nyla has been someone fans might be familiar with. She has appeared on the Titan Games, which is hosted by WWE legend Dwayne Johnson. Under Tom Pritchard and Kane at the school, and was signed to WWE back in 2020. Has made an appearance on the main roster as well as the Raw Underground segments. Her debut for NXT took place this year as well, but she is more of a regular feature on television, teaming with Paxley. What do you think of this big news?
I mean, I would honestly love Ivy Nile and Titan Paxley to be Women's Tag Team Champions. And even though Vince is gone, right? It's still WWE. And because you still have Bruce, you still have Kevin, you still have all of them. I'm worried they're going to give it back to Toxic Attraction. That's what I'm worried about. But I mean, if you make Kaden Carter Katana Chance, if you make Ivy Nile, Tam Paxley, hell, if you make the other team tag team champions, just something fresh. You know what I mean? Because that woman's roster needs something fresh. Because Toxic Attraction for a straight year has been kind of boring after a while.
Yeah.
And honestly, Ivy and Tatum win it, I'll be happy for them.
Okay. All right. This was our news. When we come back, we will review Rampage and other news. Bye. Let's start with Rampage. We're back. Let's start with Rampage. All right, we got Best Friends versus Jay Lethal, Sanam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt. We got Orange Cassidy starts with the match by delivering his devastating signature kicks to Sanjay Dutt, which have none of it, and immediately tags Sanam Singh. Sanam take control of the match for his team, first taking out Cassidy and dropping Taylor and Beretta with double cross body. As the match progressed, Jay Lethal enters the fray, but the removal of the Singh gave Best Friends leeway to gain control of the match. Taylor and Beretta would give the fans what they want in a signature hug. However, this allowed Lethal to regroup and capitalize as he hit both Taylor and Beretta with double lethal consequences. There were the closing moments in the match. Saw Sanche and Cassidy go to war with hand and pockets kicks, but the removal of Dunn's pencil from behind his ear allowed Cassidy to anger his opponent and catch him with an orange punch to pick up the victory. Post-match, we saw Lethal, Singh, and Dunn to continue to tackle the best friends, only be interrupted by the TNT champion, Wardlow, who stands off 3 men. What do you think of this match and the post-match?
It was a good match to open. I actually like the best friends a lot. And honestly, we're going to get Wardlow and Jay Lethal. But I'm wondering if we're going to get Wardlow and Satnam Singh. That's what I'm wondering. But
Yeah.
for right now, though, I actually enjoyed this match.
Yeah, okay. All right, we got Ethan Page versus Leon Ruff. Ethan would pick up the swift victory by utilizing his power to dominate Ruffian before hitting the Eagle's Edge for the victory. What do you think of this match?
Well, there's nothing much to say. Just a big squash, and it gets Ethan Page a win on television. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and there's another thing. Like, it's something mystery about that there was no Scorpio Sky or Dan, or Dan. So that's the weird
Yeah, that's
part.
true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now we got Lee Moriarty versus Matt Sydal. It was a student versus teacher match as Sydal looked to humble Lee Moriarty, whereas Moriarty wants to prove a point and pick up the huge victory over his former teacher. The majority of the match will see both men sky each other extremely well after years allegiance to another. However, it was the student to pick up the victory after a crossface. Moriarty made Sydal tap out in the middle of the ring. Post-match, we saw Stokely Hathaway handing a business card to Moriarty once more, but this time Moriarty took it with a smile and celebrated his victory. What do you think of this match and the post-match?
I really enjoyed it. Well, I actually love this type of wrestling. I think it was really good. And the post-match was even better. I think that Matt Sydal going forward, I think you should stay the veteran that puts people over. Kind of like Bryan Danielson on Wednesday. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed all of it.
All right, we got the new Ring of Honor World Champion Claudio Castagnoli promo. Castagnoli thanked the fans for his historic victory at Death Before Dishonor, but also welcomed William Regal as well as the ROH Pure Champion Wheeler Yuta to the ring after his huge victory over Daniel Garcia at Death Before Dishonor. The Yuta chance would trigger an interruption from Jericho. Wheeler will lay out the challenge for Jericho to go one-on-one with him, but Jericho grants him the match. Yuta declined. Jericho will ante up and put his AEW World title shot on the line next Wednesday on Dynamite. So what do you think of the promo?
Man, I'm looking forward to Jericho and Yuta. First off, Claudio, this was a really good promo by Claudio. I'm really looking forward to Jericho and Yuta. And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, okay. All right, we got the Acclaimed new rap video, Trash Day. It was a recap on True Justice, so basically it's brilliant. The whole rap video is brilliant. The upshot is the Gun Club and the Acclaimed are going to face off next Wednesday in a dumpster match. So what do you think of that rap video?
Let's see. I think as much as I enjoy these raps, I think this feud honestly has to end because I'm not the biggest fan of it. But I'm really enjoying the rap battles they're doing. So, I mean, I'm just hoping this rivalry ends next week.
Yeah, it should. It should at this point. The rivalry should end.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, in the huge main event, we have Anna Jay versus Ruby Soho. They collided in a grudge match. Jay was looking to secure her first win as a part of the JAS, making a statement, whereas Ruby Soho was out for revenge after weeks of torment from Jai Kati and the recently Anna Jay as well. Jay would come out of the gate, demonstrating more calculated vicious side to her offense to take control of Soho. Ruby Soho hit No Future out of nowhere, but shockingly, Jay would kick out. However, in the closing moments, with the referee distracted, Anna Jay utilized the cast to add more pressure to the Queen Slayer submission and put Soho to sleep, making a statement and pick up the huge victory. What do you think of the main event?
Honestly, I think Ruby Soho needs to stop losing because she's losing a lot lately. And I get for storyline purposes, Anna Jay should win this match, but Ruby Soho needs to pick up some wins against some credible people here soon because every match that Ruby Soho has on television against someone worthy, she loses. So, I actually enjoyed the match though. I'm just saying Ruby Soho needs to get more wins.
Yeah, I do agree, but here's my counter argument. Like maybe this is like part of a big story for Ruby Soho for like at the losing streak, she finally gets the big win where she wins the AEW Women's World Title from either Britt Baker or from Thunder Rosa. That's what I'm thinking this little losing streak will lead to into a storyline for the AEW Women's World Title where she finally wins the big one.
What? That's actually a good idea.
Yeah. Mhm. All right, so overall, what do you think of this whole episode of Rampage overall?
It was a decent Rampage. Overall, I don't think it's one of the best Rampages you'll ever see, but I still think it was a decent Rampage.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna do SummerSlam predictions because tonight is gonna be SummerSlam, everyone. So let's start with the Undisputed Championship. Brock Lesnar Reigns prediction. Well, honestly, given Reigns as champion in the last near 700 days, WWE is slowly back themselves to the corner. Reigns has dispatched of basically every quality contender leading the promotion to return the world. Reigns versus Lesnar. Despite being paired as very stale, it's hard for Lesnar to get a win here. It's only set to a set for another clash to prepare. But this is going to be the last match. I'm predicting. I pick Roman Reigns to retain. Who do you pick?
Yep, I pick Roman Reigns. I don't see Roman losing at least until next month, so I see Roman going out the win.
Yeah, okay. Now we got SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey prediction. Well, there's plenty of chances for WWE to make missteps with winners in the card. Having Rousey end Morgan's reign, regain the title, maybe the biggest one, like a big misstep. Yes, Rousey returned, mostly been a dud, while Morgan's been a strong fan base, was delighted by winning her first championship. The reaction to Rousey winning here will be awful, and Morgan needs some time to really see how she can operate as world champion. So, who you pick for the win? My pick will be Liv Morgan. Who you pick?
I'm picking Liv Morgan. I don't think it's time for her to lose the belt yet. I
Yeah,
think they want to push her as champion for a while, and I'm predicting Bayley to come back after the match.
yeah. All right, we got the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. There's This is gonna be a good match, but my misstep would be having Lynch beating Blair on the same stage as the infamous 22nd match. Like Lynch returned last year at SummerSlam and beat Blair with such speed it caused a significant backlash. Like having Blair beat Lynch at WrestleMania and become champ once again was something to make good on that mistake, but allowing her to retain SummerSlam would help and remove that stain from Blair's resume. So who you pick the predictions? I pick Blair. Who you pick?
Blair in 20 seconds. They're going to have Blair do the thing that Becky did last year. Bianca's going to win in 26 seconds.
Yeah, that would make sense. I agree. We got Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. Two people, two ready to face each other. Who you have your pick? Pat McAfee or Happy Corbin?
Pat McAfee. I don't see Pat McAfee losing. And I think Happy Corbin said he wants to start putting over people. So I pick Pat McAfee.
All right, I'll go with him too. All right, we got the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos versus Street Profits, with the special referee Jeff Jarrett. So this is a good matchup. So honestly, I don't think Usos should lose the belts. I ain't going with the Usos. They should lose the belts yet. But I see the Profits possibly winning this match. So it could be Profits or Usos. I'm going with Usos. What do you go with?
I'm going to Street Profits. Street Profits need a big win on a big stage, and this is the perfect opportunity. So I'm going with the Street Profits.
Understood. We got the United States Champion Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory. This is for the United States champion or rematch for the title. Honestly, I picked Bobby Lashley to win, to retain, because I just want Theory to move on from Lashley and focus on the Money in the Bank storyline he has.
Exactly, and that's what I'm picking too. Lashley and get the feud over with.
Yeah. And now we got Logan Paul versus Miz. Honestly, WWE loves nothing than putting celebrities over standard talent. That's only certainly the case with Paul versus Miz. At the Miz turn, Paul, once the pair beat the Mysterios at WrestleMania, it was obvious we eventually get a one-on-one match on the big stage. Once Paul signed a deal with WWE, it was guaranteed. WWE isn't like to have Paul lose the first match as a contrary talent, and the Miz is a bulletproof as Corbin and his ability to take a loss, but retain his standing in the promotion. Honestly, I'm going to go with Logan Paul for the win. Who you pick?
I'm picking. Yeah, I have to agree with you.
Yeah, okay. Honestly, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to mention that I think this is going to be a very good match, and Logan Paul's going to put on another great performance.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I understand. The Mysterios versus Judgment Day. So who you got picked to win? Mysterios or Judgment Day? I'm going with Judgment Day, and Edge returns to save the Mysterios.
Yep, that's exactly my prediction.
Yeah, it's most likely. Can you give me a reason?
Yeah, I overall though, I think this SummerSlam, a couple weeks ago, I wasn't that much looking forward to it. But right now, with Triple H being in charge and Vince being gone, I'm actually looking forward to it.
And for once, I'm looking forward to it as well.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about some news for last. All right, let's continue. Let's talk Maria Kanellis. Will Maria Kanellis return to WWE? Let's talk about this. Okay, Maria Kanellis has spoken about what to see change taking place in WWE following her stints with the company. Would she consider a return if Vince McMahon retired? We all know Vince McMahon has left WWE, is retired. Triple H is taking control. Stephanie McMahon and Connor are now taking over. So when she asked to go back to the company, Kanellis gave an opening, honest answer, tweeting, "The wrestler is wild right now. I always had a great working relationship with Triple H. I know Real Mike Bennett has like brief time at NXT. The right opportunity is always mean talent. It's the right time, then it's the right time." So that's what she said about what she. But Kanellis answers question has changed from when Vince is still involved in WWE. She previously said no until under new management, making her feelings about him clear. WWE Ross reportedly met news of Triple H control with the creative department where incitement was praised for making subtle changes. Rest episode Raw that he was in charge of. Maria and Mike also had positive feelings towards the game, position open the door for return one day. Kanellis really taking Twitter list change she wanted to see the company make, including vacation days, childcare. But the message she pushed was hopefully the company culture will change when many people are pushing to see following the relationship about Vince in recent weeks. Maria initially worked for WWE from 2004 to 2009, taking various roles with interviews and being inside the ring. She then returned to the company alongside her husband in 2017, where they were both involved until 2020, where they were released during the COVID-19 budget cuts. What do you think of this news?
I personally think that Maria and Mike should not go back to WWE. They're way better in Ring of Honor, way better in Impact. I get it's better now because Vince is gone, but still, they're one of the only people that I think just belong in Ring of Honor and Impact. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say no, they should not return.
Yeah, I understand. All right, there's Biggie on comments on the new WWE tryouts. Former champion Biggie recently appeared on Cheapy Podcast. We discussed his recent time spent in the SummerSlam tryouts during the weekend in Nashville, Tennessee. Biggie has missed most of the matching due to neck injury suffered, but his appearance at tryouts was his first to accompany since the injury. He says it's weird that he was a young guy on the roster shaking my hips, and it was kind of like best Biggie on the side, say former WWE champion. Biggie also said he felt like the younger guy now since he's been there for a while since WWE Championship, has more respect for his name. Biggie revealed it was Triple H who called him asking wants to come out and help with the trainees. He has seen some colleague athletes before a week SummerSlam tryouts. Biggie admitted he was sure he would say yes. It was only indie talent dude not knowing much about. Biggie announcement to be hiring less indie talent. He says it affects guys from indies like Seth Rollins. And he says that mostly wrestlers active on their indies. There are a few exceptions. Roman, he's been killing it. So Biggie. Biggie believes that his life would be different if WWE didn't give him the chance. The average age for trial with 23 is saying why WWE looking for the next Roman Reigns, Montez Ford, or Monica Belair. Speaking of Montez Ford, Biggie said Ford is currently killing it in the business. He was a college athlete turned WWE superstar. Biggie said that Ford can only do truly special things and a lot of special respect for the college athletes like him. What do you think of this big news of Big E?
Man, I really want Biggie back. This is a huge update. I'm hoping he comes back soon, and hopefully, Biggie can push through this neck injury really, really fast and come back really, really soon.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Here goes another one. Ciampa continues to tease something different for WWE SummerSlam. Ciampa and The Miz have been stronger friends, and the Raw has been late. Ciampa continues to tease something different on the two for them. I think this guy's amazing, kind of piggybacking off it. Tomorrow, SummerSlam for Tuesday. Ciampa revealed the wrestling's Nick Hansen, interesting glimpse just to cut scheme and go, whoa. The rest of that game to our shared interest say, whether Miz did to me, do it for me in the way excited. Ciampa teased first matching gear between Tuesday ago. He said the gear was more than Mills' realm, called different anything he has worked before. Ciampa says he's enjoyed working with The Miz and the real that both he and his brother has always been fans of The Miz. The two stars have been friendly throughout the June, but officially confirmed departure on Raw edition of Raw after Ciampa helped Miz attack AJ Styles. They lost to AJ Styles in their singles action. The two shook hands afterward. He said after the match with two, a member of SmackDown, he said it was good. The Miz said Austin gets to work with him now. The Miz would take it on Logan Paul, SummerSlam, and now the stadium in Tennessee. Ciampa assumes set to be a ringside. So, what do you think of this big news with Ciampa news?
I mean, here's first off, I'm gonna say it's about Ciampa not being at SummerSlam. If you were not gonna have Ciampa and AJ Styles be in the Logan Paul Miz situation, at least have him have a one-on-one match in the kickoff show. AJ Styles, I'm gonna be the only one who says this. Actually, you might agree with me, but AJ Styles deserves to be on SummerSlam. So they should have done AJ and Ciampa. But I'm gonna say this: Ciampa deserves way more. So the fact that Triple H is in office now is probably gonna help Ciampa going forward. But and even if Seth Rollins is a match tonight, which we don't know if he will, if he does and Gargano comes out, and then maybe they can reunite DIY, so that might work too. But either way, though, Ciampa just needs to get pushed more in the main roster, regardless.
All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I should. All right, one more news. Apparently, what did Triple H say at the end of WWE SummerSlam tryouts? We all know WWE held tryouts with SummerSlam weekend. We had people like Heyman, Big E, former Laker player Dwight Howard make appearances at the event. Another former face of WWE fans during the weekend was Hall of Famer and head of career Triple H. He showed up to credit all the people who went and tried out for the company. It's not often that the witness future happening right under your eyes. Hunter said somewhere in a group of people, potentially the next Raw, the next Cena, potentially next Reigns, potentially next back to Becky Lynch, and the next Bianca Belair. While discussing Dwight Howard's appearance this weekend, Triple H said it's amazing, saying how a group of 50 plus people is such an income family. And Howard straight with shout around, came and flicked everyone like book. It was amazing. Triple H said, I just want to get this fucking over it. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry about that. The former WWE champ said the things that everyone learned during trial was their last career. He called everyone amazing. The thing you learn here, if you have a career in this, your entire career. So for day one, everyone has been amazing. Triple H also noted during the SummerSlam tryouts that the easy part is stepping up to the mic, talking to the people who they don't know, who they want to like, is the hard part. This is the first time this year that Triple H attended his tryout session for WrestleMania 38. The King attended the WWE tryout session in Dallas, Texas. What do you think of this news?
I mean, this always happens with tryouts. I feel like here's what I've been saying to people: the SummerSlam tryouts I think that the first time in a long time, people simply are happy. People are happy now because Triple H is back in office, and ever since Triple H came back in office, apparently backstage has been more happy, more energetic, just overall a more happy crowd backstage because of the fact that Vince is gone. So overall, I just think that my overall thought is that the tryouts are another way to. I think that from the tryouts for SummerSlam all the way to the tryouts for Clash of the Castle, even whatever they do, I feel like the backstage is always going to be more happy now that Vince is gone. No disrespect, Vince, but still. But yeah, I agree with this big news.
All right. Okay. Thank you all. This is AgostoAllElite Podcast. I'll see you all next Saturday for AgostoAllElite, and come back on Monday. Come back on Tuesday for the AEW. The AgostoAllElite Podcast, SummerSlam, and the Ric Flair last match review.
All right. See you guys later.
All right. See ya. Bye.